Hello, Footballer Nation, and welcome to the greatest rising podcast in football. My name is Carson, and I am a Trey McBrideaholic.
My name is Alex, and I'm a Billsaholic.
My name's Ian, and I am a 2025 NFC North Division Champions Chicago Bearsaholic.
Yes, sir. We're going to talk a lot about the last couple weeks of the NFL regular season today, but first, we got to roll that intro. Let's get to it. Hello, Footballer Nation, and welcome to Footballers Anonymous, the greatest rising podcast in football, coming at you after a crazy regular season.
Crazy.
Hey, Carson, nice jersey you have there.
Oh, thank you. I like yours as well. It's very nice.
I got an action one this time.
Yeah, it's legit.
The other one was actual and legit as well, guys.
Oh yeah, of course.
Real.
But I got a different. I got Kincaid this time.
Hey, shout out to Carson and Alex rivalries jerseys. Next year, your boy's gonna get one.
Yes,
Is that
sir.
confirmed?
His jersey. Yep.
Yeah,
NFC North is next.
NFC North is one of the next two.
Upcoming year.
It's
The
NFC
other
North and AFC East.
No, we just got.
No,
ours.
wait, you just got one.
Yeah. Isn't
I'll look it up.
both Norths?
No. Oh, it might be.
This is the last.
I think it is.
No,
I'll look up the schedule. Okay. It's the AFC South next year.
ooh,
Oh, I might get me
Really?
a Bayshaw Tootin rivalries jersey.
nah, like low key, the Jaguars rivalries jerseys might be heat.
I have a feeling it'll be Heat. They might
I think
be.
theirs will be heat. I think that the Titans better not do the Oilers jerseys.
No, they couldn't. They wouldn't.
They already,
Well,
they
they can't.
they already have the Oilers jerseys though.
Oh yeah,
They already have those.
You're right. I'm stupid.
I think they could. I don't know what they would.
they can all be cool.
I don't know.
All I know is I'm hoping for some polar bear. That's what I want. I want white helmet. I want a white base. I want the stars and the stripes. Give me the polar bears.
It'd be crazy to say that I want a black bear. A Bears blackout jersey would go crazy.
Honestly, not crazy. That would go hard as well. As long as they got the flag on there, I'm happy. Straight up. As long as the Chicago flag is prominent on the jersey, I'm pretty happy.
That was what I was saying last year. As long as the flag is on there, I'm good.
Even though
What
it
if
looks
they
like
go Panda Bear?
The panda bear.
oh, low key though, if they do it properly, those could look key.
Sure.
They could.
But I'm saying like I'm 90% all in on polar bear. That's all I want, and it's gonna be peak.
Now wait till they do the Red Bear because of that one movie that came out a couple of years ago with the Red movie.
I'm loving
There's
the.
The movie was abysmal.
It was. I thought it was
Maybe the
fine.
worst movie I've ever watched. I did not like it.
Wow. You
I thought it was
talking
just
about Red
stupid
One?
content.
No, he's talking about the movie you read about the little girl who turns into a panda.
Oh. Oh yeah, that was pretty
Yeah.
bad. Yes.
That
Okay.
one was horrendous.
I did watch that.
Are you talking about Red One?
No,
we were
I'm
talking about
the
polar
panda.
bears, and
You're talking
Yeah,
about
I
Red
said, then I said Panda Bear, and I said Red Bear.
my fault. That's on me. Okay.
Hey, what about instead of red bear, it was red bird?
ISU
Like
Redbirds
the Cardinals.
almost won.
Almost won? We'll get into
Speaking of the Cardinals, our comments of the weeks about the Cardinals,
Ooh.
specifically Carson, because Ryan Briones said Bros look like Gannon. Bros looks like Gannon, aka Carson looks like Jonathan Gannon,
Here's
who
the
just
thing.
got fired.
I don't know how I should feel. Like I can't, because like a few months ago I was saying that Jonathan Gannon looks like my dad. So
We had conversations about that.
I guess by default you could say me because I look like my dad. So thanks. I mean, I got a lot of fire. Let me tell you, I got a lot of fire in my gut. So
Says
that's probably
Ray
what you're
McBride.
seeing.
Carson, how did you get here today?
How'd you Hey, show of hands, show of hands. Did you hear by a bus?
Drive?
You drive? Did
You have a fire in your gut?
Also, this is like an honorable mention. Someone else in the comments said that y'all should change the logo to break a curse. Do you agree with this sentiment?
Change like our team logo?
Yes.
She talking about the Maroons curse?
Maybe. He didn't say what curse.
Honestly, it's not crazy. But I low-key love, I'm not gonna lie, I love our logo too much. Like, our logo hasn't changed very much. It's just really good. It's simple, it's clean, I like it. I don't know if I'd want to change. I can't imagine a Cardinals logo looking better than that. I don't want to go through an Illinois State cocaine, high looking.
Cocaine Reggie.
What?
That's a crazy stray.
What we were talking about last week with the mascot changing and
You know what?
looking high.
Okay, you know what? Yeah, maybe we went from Reggie to Reggiano Ozempic, but you know what happened after we swapped? We made the Natty. So maybe the Cardinals need to take some Ozempic.
Did you win?
We lost by one singular point, but that's more than that.
You know the Cardinals did when they made the Super Bowl? They lost.
Carson would be okay with them losing by 1 point in the Super Bowl next year.
It's true. I would.
Oh yeah, next year, yeah.
I would be very happy.
And that would be to the Buffalo Bills.
That would be a crazy, just wild turn of events. You know what else is crazy?
No, the Cardinals would end up winning that game because they'd bring back DeAndre Hopkins.
We would sign back D-Hop.
They'd have a second Hail Mary because in this scenario they bring back Kyler for the playoffs.
Yeah,
after his MVP season.
At this point, there's a legitimate chance that we maybe do keep Kyler. It purely depends on who our coach is and what they want.
Yeah.
We just assumed we were moving on from him because we didn't think our ownership would have the guts to actually fire our head coach. So
That's pretty funny because Gannon had fire in his gut.
Yes.
There's something in his gut.
Moving on to our comment or not our comment. We already did our comment. I'm used to doing comment of the week and then question of the week, but we flipped it this time. So we asked you to ask us questions and we answered them. We have 3 people asking us questions this week. Our first question. This is a question. It is from Honorary Footballer Anonymous Charlie, and it says, "I don't like football."
That's not a question, Charlie.
Coarse and irritating, perchance.
Did you say Corson?
No, he said it's coarse, rough, irritating, and it gets everywhere. Football.
Here's my problem with that.
I would know. My jersey is sand. It's rough and irritating. It gets everywhere.
It's a tortilla.
Problem with Charlie's statement is that it's a statement and not a question, so we're gonna have to move on.
All right. Our next question. This comes from Kenny. Kenny asks Drake May.
No.
Question mark. It is a question.
No.
I'm inclined to say yes. Drake
No.
I think Drake May.
It's gonna be so sad.
It's like asking, does Josh Allen have? Of course he has.
Well, that's of course. Yes, of course.
Josh Allen has. And Drake May?
He may. Drake May.
I'll say yes to that once he makes if he makes the AFC Championship. I'll say yes.
Like I said once at first.
Yeah, you said once at first. Ooh, All right, and our last question comes from Tristan. And Tristan asks, who's the team to beat in the playoffs right now?
Honestly,
the San Francisco 49ers.
What?
The San Francisco.
No.
Yeah. San Francisco 49ers.
What?
San Francisco 49ers. Yeah. I'm going with the San Francisco. Okay. Never mind. Sorry. I completely missed it. I thought I was asking for a sleeper team for a second. That's why I was going with the 49ers.
No, it's the team to beat.
No, the team to beat.
Team to beat for me. The team to beat is Seattle. That for me, it's Seattle.
Yeah.
I don't want to say Seattle. I mean,
For context, by the way, I know Tristan. He's a great guy. He is a Seahawks fan, for the record.
Okay. So
now we have to say the Rams.
Yeah. So now I'm going with the Philadelphia Eagles.
The Philadelphia Eagles.
No, God.
That's the team to beat right there. Jalen Hurts.
No, I think
Jalen Hurts is the
Rams, man.
Jalen Hurts is the greatest quarterback. Jalen Hurts is the best quarterback in football.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Okay, now I got you now.
Mm-hmm. All right.
I think the team to beat, at least on the NFC side of things, is either I would say the Seahawks, but I want to see Darnold play a playoff game first. I'll say the Rams for now. But as long as Darnold doesn't choke, it'll be the Seahawks.
I mean, it's not crazy.
On the AFC side of things, I'm actually inclined to say Jacksonville, which is fun.
As well, genuinely, I am inclined to say Jacksonville. They are scary.
It's either Jacksonville or Denver for me. I don't know.
Yeah, I think
I can get behind Jacksonville. Honestly, I do. Well, no, yeah, I can get behind Jacksonville. I like Jacoby Myers.
I like Bishop. Yeah, I would say my 2 teams to beat. I will exclude the Seahawks from this. Would have to be Low-Key.
Low-Key isn't playing.
No, never mind. I'm actually not going to say that. I can't put enough
You're gonna say the Rams and the 49ers.
No, I was gonna say the Ram. Well, I'm changing my NFC answer to the Rams, and I would say in the AFC it's definitely Jacksonville, 100%. Jacksonville or Houston, honestly, one of the two.
My hot take is that whoever wins the Bills Jaguars matchup is going to the Super Bowl.
Oh my gosh, this guy.
I don't even think that's crazy to say.
I don't think that's crazy to say.
Buffalo's not going. I'm kidding.
That is a big matchup in the first round that will have a bunch of momentum to carry that team.
Buffalo's not sniffing the Super Bowl.
Oh,
You guys
Steven.
are probably so happy there's no Mahomes, and you guys are going to get first rounded by Jacksonville anyway. Trevor Lawrence is going to walk up, and he's just going to start gooning.
I wouldn't even be mad if we got first rounded by Jacksonville because that might mean that we actually make changes.
You're going to get second rounded by Pittsburgh.
Oh, what? Oh, what?
Okay.
What?
Okay.
What are we talking about?
Okay. You had me. Wait, but if we get second round at Pittsburgh, that means that the Chargers are going to beat the Patriots. Okay. If you think that.
What?
If we get second rounded by Pittsburgh, that means in order to play Pittsburgh, the Chargers would have had to beat the Patriots, meaning the Patriots are more frauds than we are.
LA is a better team.
I think LA is a much better team than Pittsburgh. Than Pittsburgh?
Than Pittsburgh, yes. Than New England, no. I mean, I can say that.
LA is a way better team.
Healthy, yes. They're not healthy.
Yes, they're not
Would
healthy.
be embarrassing in the slightest.
All right, we're going to move on now. Before we go on to Carson's college knowledge, I kind of prepared this thing for New Year's. It's January 8th, but I spend too much time on it anyways. So we're gonna go through it anyways, just because I think it's really funny. So what I have is a nice little spreadsheet I made that I'll just talk about. It's our Footballers Anonymous year in review report for 2025. Context, let me give you what our 2024 year in review report was. In 2025, Footballers Anonymous brought you 15 regularly scheduled episodes. We brought you 2 special episodes. We brought you a single 4-hour stream, and we brought you 51 different shorts, for a grand total of 22 hours, 2 minutes, and 24 seconds of content in the year 2024. Meanwhile, in 2025, Footballers Anonymous brought you 34 regularly scheduled episodes for 36 hours, 45 minutes, and 50 seconds of content. Footballers Anonymous brought you 13 special episodes for 7 hours, 12 minutes, and 48 seconds of content. Footballers Anonymous brought you 2 live streams, including our 100 subscriber stream. Both of those going for a total of 7 hours, 57 minutes, and 39 seconds of content. And we brought you 71 different reels, shorts, or anything you could imagine for a grand total of 1 hour, 24 minutes, and 38 seconds of content. Meaning, in 2025, we brought you 53 hours, 20 minutes, and 55 seconds of content, which brings our grand total to 75 hours, 23 minutes, and 19 seconds of Footballers Anonymous. Some of you have watched every single one of those minutes. Crazy work.
I would like to challenge them to sit through every single one of those minutes, just like us.
Amen, bro.
And these minutes.
Every one of these minutes.
We need a Carson Wrapped. We need to see how much time he spent editing Footballers Anonymous content.
Oh gosh, I don't even know how I would do that.
Oh, just download the link to your brain.
Oh, you're so right.
Your computer and just like extract the files. You know this stuff. Come on, Carson.
My fault. Anyways, we're gonna move on from that. But thank you for joining us for all 75 hours of that Footballers Anonymous. That's a lot of hours. And there will be a lot more hours. And we will sit through all of them because you guys actually watch them. So thank you for joining us in 2025. We're already getting started in 2026. So let's talk about how the year started with some college football. We had our first round of the playoffs. It's a little bit goofy. First round action. Alabama beat Oklahoma 34-24 in a generational choke. Generational choke by Oklahoma. Ty Simpson moves on. Miami beat Texas A&M 10-3 on the road. Absolutely abysmal performance from Texas. By the way, this was
Texas Tech, right?
This was A&M.
No, it wasn't.
Pick correctly.
I was the lone pick on this one. Let's go.
Lone pick. I am on. Well, actually, I'll wait till the second one. This Ole Miss beat Tulane 41-10. No real shock whatsoever. And Oregon beat JMU 51-34. JMU put up a very scary performance in the second half of this game, especially when you look at how Oregon played against the Big 12 champion. JMU, honestly, you did a pretty good job. 500 yards of offense. Nice. Good job. Outside of the playoff, BYU and Notre Dame will play each other twice over the next 2 seasons. BYU admin has been continuing to cook Notre Dame on social media because they were at the Pop-Tart Bowl. Pop-Tart Bowl was absolute cinema. BYU won on a game-sealing interception. Game ends 21-25. It was a great time. My proposal, BYU. You guys had some nice little Pop-Tart helmets you wore to the Pop-Tart Bowl. I thought those were very fun. I think you should wear those to the Notre Dame games, please. I think that'd be pretty fun. You should do it. We have more cinema in bowl games though. We had Hawaii in the Hawaii Bowl. Of course, Hawaii is playing in the Hawaii Bowl, I guess. Hawaii came back after being down 21-0 against Cal, and they won 31-35. Then Vanderbilt. Diego Pavia. You silly man, Diego Pavia. You got absolutely cooked by Iowa, and you lost 34-27. After you went on the internet, you went on this little podcast and said that only real teams play in the SEC. You said, and I quote, you only need 7 points to beat Iowa. You actually lost by 7 points, so you did need 7. You did not get them. Sorry, Diego. Enjoy your last snaps of meaningful football. Duke beat Arizona State 42-39 in like the most peak Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl ever. It was a great time. Michigan is hiring Kyle Whittingham as their new head coach. He was at Utah this year. Penn State starting quarterback Ethan Grunkmeyer just transferred to Virginia Tech. Let's go. We all getting Grunk tonight. Throughout the... Anyways.
In another hypothetical win for the SEC.
Yes, sir! Another hypothetical win for the SEC as they fall to 2-7 in bowl games this season, obviously excluding SEC versus SEC matchups in the playoffs. 2-7, absolutely embarrassing. But we've got another round of the playoffs to have. Let's talk about them. The quarterfinal, we had Miami beating Ohio State 14-24. It is not about the U. Guys, put your hands down. It is not about the U. It is not about the U. It is not. No. Anyways, Oregon shut out Texas Tech 23-0. In case you're curious, in this playoff, the state of Texas has 3 points in over.
Everything's bigger in Texas State. What?
Including the blowouts.
The entire state of Texas has more representation in the college football playoff than any other state, and they scored 3 points. So. Shout out Texas.
And then Texas fans are like, we should be in the playoffs too.
Arch Manning wouldn't let that happen.
Another hypothetical win for Notre Dame.
I'll tell y'all what, that white boy Arch Manning would not let that slide.
Another hypothetical win for the SEC.
Another hypothetical win for the SEC. Then we had Bama losing to Indiana 3-38. Kurt Cignetti and Indiana being the first and only team that had a first round bye to win their game in college football playoff history, in 12-team college football playoff history. So shout out Kurt Cignetti and Indiana. I sincerely hope you guys go all the way. And then Ole Miss beat Georgia 39-34. This was a goated ending. They brought the stage all the way onto the field for the trophy ceremony. Found out there was actually 1 second left on the clock. Had to move it off, all because of a technicality in the onside kick rules where they actually got it. and then the time was expired, but they still were allowed to get a chance, so they had 1 second left on the clock. They get a kickoff. They try to lateral it. Instead, they lateral it backwards. It hits the pylon. It's a safety. Game's over. But just kidding, because there's actually 1 second left. It was really dumb. But it was peak. Good game. And shout out Ole Miss. And Ian has one more piece of news for us.
Oh, I was just going to say, we didn't record last week, so there's no record of this, but I went 4 for 4 in picks.
Oh. Okay.
Like, these were my picks. I was 4 for 4. But because it wasn't documented, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Because there was no documentation of it.
I was not 4 for 4, but I've been saying that Ohio State was going to get second rounded since the beginning.
I simply took Miami because just to raise by Carson just for the U. And it ended up working out, so I went 4 for 4.
Alex, you also had Texas Tech and Texas A&M as your natty.
That was just to be funny. I just thought it'd be really funny if they matched up because I always think it's really funny when they match up because I always confuse the two of them.
That's a 3-point natty right there.
That's a 3-point natty. Your natty favorites scored a combined 3 points. Shout out.
But
that game would have ended 2-1.
You
2-1. Anyways, Ian,
Saja boy up in here.
Ian, do you want to tell us about the FCS natty?
Oh yeah, the FCS natty. Oh my gosh, Cinema. Illinois State. Last time we talked, Illinois State was going into Villanova, I believe it was, and they came out on top, obviously. So the FCS championship happens. Illinois State versus Montana State, unranked versus number 2. It was I was at work during the end of the game, so I was just like seeing the updates as they were coming to my phone whenever I could check. But it was nuts. Like, Carson, I know you were watching, so you probably remember it better than I do. But in like the final, however many minutes it was a blocked field goal attempt, and then a 20-yard sack, and then it went to OT. Score was at that point 28-28.
Yes.
Illinois State gets the ball to start OT, drives down the field, scores a touchdown.
2 plays.
2 plays. Insane, ridiculous. PAT attempt gets blocked. And then Montana State drives down the field as well, scores a touchdown of their own, kicks the PAT to win the game. So Illinois State fell 1 point short of winning the FCS Natty, 35-34. But it doesn't matter because the story, the coverage, the light it brought to Illinois State in general, and just the respect for the players on the field and the team. To lose by 1 point in the Natty, that's special, man. Unranked ISU. So shout out Illinois State. Even though we fell short, we were there.
Dude, shout out
Carson, Big Cardinals.
Shout out Dylan Lord, bro. You're a beast.
He's a beast.
What?
Shout out Tommy. Tommy Rittenhouse is a dog too.
Yes, dude. Oh my gosh. This game was so much fun. I have not been tuned into Illinois State sports long, apparently, because I just kind of saw that it was on and I was like, oh, yo, I should watch this. So I watched like the second half of the game. Genuine cinema, bro. And it really, Illinois State, despite 2 blocked kicks, was 1 4th and 8 in overtime. 1 4th and 8 in overtime away from being national champions. And then they obviously ended up scoring and then winning the game. But like the fact that they got that close, shout out, bro. Shout out. That was
unranked.
Great. That was
unranked.
Great.
Tip down, I think it was number 16, number 1, number 8, and number 12. I believe those were the seeds, and then fell to number 2.
So
I was gonna double check. Yep, 16, 1, 8, 12, and then number 2. Insane. That's a bracket buster right there.
Yes, sir.
In the UFL side of things, there are multiple coaches announced for multiple teams. AJ McCarron is going to be the coach of Birmingham. Ted Ginn Jr. is going to be the coach of Columbus. I almost thought that was Colorado. Rick Neuheisel to Dallas. Shannon Harris is going to remain at DC. Kevin Sumlin is going to Houston. Chris Redmond's going to Louisiana. Louisville. Chris Redmond's going to Louisville. Anthony Bact is going from St. Louis to Orlando. And instead of him being at St. Louis, it'll be Ricky Prohl.
Bro, what the heck, dude? I remember I sent them on the day it happened. I sent them a thing and I was like, oh dang, that's sad. He's leaving. Like, assuming he's either retiring or he's kind of young to retire, but assuming he's moving on to college or the NFL level or something like that. And I'm like, dang, guys, he's leaving the Battlehawks. That's so sad. And then like 10 minutes later, I saw the Orlando Storm post and I sent that to them and I was like, oh, no, he's just leaving us for someone else. Okay, nope, never mind. I take it back. Screw you, Anthony Beck.
Didn't he at first reach an agreement with St. Louis, or am I tripping on that? I thought you said something. He was like staying there, and then he was leaving.
No. I mean, at least not that I know of. He's just kind of been in St. Louis for a long time, and it's just kind of always been assumed that he was just going to stay there, but he didn't. I mean, he's from Orlando, so like it kind of makes sense, but it's like, come on, bro. Not cool. Now, Ricky Prohl, I really like that guy, so I'm still excited, but dang, whatever. Anyways, the draft results will be released on Monday, so we'll get to talk about that next week.
Hey, UFL, can you, like, tell us things?
Please tell us things. Please, bro. Please tell us things. The draft is actually happening tomorrow, but we won't be able to hear about it until Monday.
Yeah, which is so silly.
Yeah, or the QB draft is tomorrow. Anyways, please tell us things, UFL. We're the only podcast that covers you.
Go look it up. Just trust us.
We cover you like a blanket,
It's true.
and you just hold us in the closet.
Yeah. All right. Let's go ahead and break for an ad. Happy New Year, everyone. 2026. Can you believe it?
Fresh starts, new beginnings. The Bears might actually be good this year.
I love optimism, Ian. Completely unfounded, but I love it.
New us. This is going to be all year.
Absolutely. We're going to crush it 2026.
That's the energy. And you know what's a great way to start the year?
A gym membership?
Eating healthier?
No! Shopping at footballersanonymous.shop.fourthwall.com.
Even better.
Way better than a gym membership, honestly.
New Year's resolution? Look better in our merch. It's that simple.
Speaking of which, can we talk about how incredible our choking hazard collection is? It's almost as good as Mitchell David Trubisky.
We launched it a few weeks ago, and it's been flying off the shelves.
Flying is definitely the right word.
Yep. It's the new year. We're being positive.
You're right. You're right. The collection is amazing. We've got the Carson War flashback shirt featuring me looking absolutely traumatized.
It's art, really. The pain in your eyes is just so authentic.
Because it is authentic. That's 10 years of Cardinals football staring back at you.
Then we've got the Mr. Electric t-shirt. Shout out to Dylan, our biggest fan, for blessing me with that nickname.
Dylan, if you're listening, you're invited to all of our New Year's parties forever, and there will be paint drawing just for you.
And finally, the Ian Watkins wide receiver 1 shirt.
The pride of the Bears receiving corps, even though he doesn't exist.
He's metaphorical. He represents hope for 2026.
You can grab all these right now at footballersanonymous-shop.fourthwall.com. New year, new wardrobe.
That's footballersanonymous-shop.fourthwall.com.
We also need to address something else that's very important.
Oh boy. What?
We did 100 followers on TikTok!
We did it!
Which means we promised you all a Christmas album.
And we will deliver on that promise.
However, there's a tiny issue.
We hit 100 followers a little too close to Christmas, and we couldn't exactly finish it in time.
Turns out recording an entire album takes more than 3 days. Who would have knew?
It's coming. We promise. It's just going to take a little while.
Think of it as a late Christmas gift, or an early Christmas gift for next year. Time is a flat circle.
Point is, Footballers Anonymous Christmas album is happening, and we're committed.
And when it drops, there will be a whole Christmas merch collection to go with it. Christmas in July.
See, we're planning ahead. New Year's resolution, continue to actually follow through on our promise.
That's growth, baby.
You know who else shows growth every single year? Mitchell David Trubisky.
Oh, here we go.
The GOAT.
The greatest quarterback to ever play football. Mitchell David Trubisky.
Every year, Mitch comes back better, stronger, more MVP-ish than before.
And that's the energy we're bringing to 2026. Mitchell David Trubisky energy.
If Mitch can keep grinding, so can we. So can the Bears. So can the Cardinals.
Okay, let's not get too optimistic for the Cardinals.
Fair, but we can get optimistic about the merch store.
Footballersanonymous-shop.fourthwall.com. Start your 2026 right.
Grab that Choking Hazard collection, represent your favorite podcast, and look good doing it.
And keep following us on TikTok because that Christmas album's coming.
Eventually.
Probably.
Definitely. we're men of our word.
New year, new us, new merch, new Mitchell Trubisky appreciation.
Footballers Anonymous shop.fourthwall.com, everyone. Let's make 2026 the best year yet.
For the podcast.
For our teams.
For Mitch Trubisky! For the fans! Happy New Year! Now
let's get back to the show.
All right, bro.
Speaking of
Carson.
Mitchell David Trubisky, the Trubisky family just announced that they're having a baby girl.
But even better than that, the OG MVP, Mitch Trubisky, won MVP in NFL Week 18.
I wouldn't say better than that. I would say they're both at equal go.
They're both pretty up there. They're both pretty up there.
Shout out, bro.
What a week for me.
Yeah, what an incredible week.
That is daddy right there. That is father.
All right, now that we got that important information out of the way, I will come back when I hear a mention of either Josh Allen, Bo Nix, or Bryce Young.
Okay. Well, the Pro Bowl roster was just announced.
Yeah, that's really all there is to say about that. It was released. It was announced. No one really cares about the Pro Bowl games that much. But if your player had a team, shout out you. I know mine did.
I know mine did.
And we don't know if Alex's did or not because he's not here. So let's continue on.
Yeah.
This is very old news, but the Lions and the
3
Steelers,
weeks.
the Lions and the Steelers played, and there was a bit of a goofy ending there. I don't fully remember it anymore. So, Carson,
I do.
I just remember the Gainwell catch. That's all I remember.
Generational play by the Lions. They need a touchdown as time expires. They get a play. I believe, is it Amon-Ra who backwards passes it to Jared Goff?
I believe so. I don't. Like I said, I don't remember it all.
We're gonna say it is. So Steelers need to make a stop. Amon-Ra gets the ball. He gets right at the goal line. His forward momentum is getting stopped. So he backwards passes the ball to Jared Goff, who runs it into the end zone, and it is a touchdown. Unfortunately, the refs called a very, very, very soft OPI on, I wouldn't say very, very, very soft, but it was a pretty soft OPI call on Amon-Ra St. Brown. Fans were super confused about what was happening for like 20 minutes, and they had to explain what was going on. Penalty was called. Time expired off the clock, and the Lions just lost. That's kind of it. I don't know, man.
Isn't that the game that killed the Lions' playoff hopes too?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, the Vikings game killed their playoff hopes.
Was it? I thought they were already out when they played the Vikings.
No, they were out after the Vikings game. They would have been out if the Packers won or the Lions lost in Week 17.
Hey, Alex, we didn't mention any of the people you asked us to mention.
Yeah, no, I'm leaving now. How to make the crack.
Alex, I don't think we're going to mention any of them for a long time if you want to sit down.
A minute, bud.
Josh Johnson closed the season for the Commanders, and he won. He won against the...
He did. He played against Dallas as well.
Yes, he did. Alex,
Hey, Alex, welcome back.
put that down. Put the U down, bro. Put the U down.
Yeah. So yeah, Josh Johnson played football. Honestly, I'd say it's always fun to watch Josh Johnson play just because of how many teams he's played for.
Mm-hmm.
It's always interesting to see what uniform he's going to show up in.
Yeah.
Every single year. So shout out Josh Johnson.
It's a good time.
Taysom Hill, Swiss Army knife, became the only player in NFL to have 1,000 or more rushing, passing, and receiving yards in his career. But even given all of that, he is ineligible to be in the Hall of Fame, which is ridiculous. Just like stupid ruling, stupid reasons. It's absolutely ridiculous that a player as unique as him doesn't even have a chance.
Yeah.
Do I think he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame? I wouldn't say he deserves it, just because even though he is a super unique player, he's still not like he's not the best in any of those positions. He's not the most prevalent player at any of those. It's just the fact that he does it all, and that he does it all pretty solid. I don't think, like, for example, he is really just a backup. Like, I don't see him starting at any of those positions for any team, except, well, there's probably some teams where he could be a tight end or a tight end too.
I was gonna say, I think he's a solid upper tier tight end.
He's definitely solid, but it's just he does so much, but he's a jack of all trades, master of none. So I'm not going to sit here and say he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame, but I think he does deserve a chance just given his uniqueness.
You think you would at least see him on the ballot? Like,
Yeah. So poor Taysom Hill. We all love Taysom Hill. FBA. Taysom Hill gets the FBA stamp of approval, which we know means a lot. Welcome back again, Alex. Would you like to take the next one?
Actually, I want to take the next one.
Okay.
Packers have had a few different people play for them the past few weeks. Jordan Love got hurt. Malik Willis went in against the Ravens and played good football.
Great football.
Good time.
Even when Malik Willis came in against the Bears to replace Jordan Love, he played good football.
He did. He played good football. And you know who didn't play good football for the Packers? Clayton Tune. He sucked.
Oh, Alex is shocked by that information.
Yes, Alex is shocked by that information. Clayton Tune played horrible football. They rested starters. Week 18 against the Vikings. The game meant nothing. Clayton Tune started. They scored 3 points. And it was a field goal as time expired, purely to avoid the shutout because they're lame. Clayton Tune got released like hours later. Shock to no one, especially in the desert. Shock to no one. I enjoyed that a little bit. Alex gives his gross thumb of approval.
I would just take a moment just to put the thought into our viewers and listeners' minds. Go to your loved ones and have the conversation. Malik Willis is better than Jordan Love. Go have the conversation with your loved ones and get back to me. Continuing on. Going back to the Steelers-Lions game, right? DK Metcalf got suspended for 2 games for punching a Lions fan. And there's been a lot of drama in that regard. DK went out and said that he called him the N-word. The fan came out and said he did not. The fan went to court in Detroit and had a whole statement that was recorded and posted, and in it, he sounds kind of guilty. kind of sounds like he might have said more than he's saying he said. Whatever the case might have been, DK Metcalf should know better no matter what. Didn't matter. Obviously, they still made the playoffs. I know a lot of people were concerned that they would make the playoffs without DK, but he'll be back. He'll play in the playoffs. Well, actually, wait. Yeah.
Yes,
No, he will. He'll be back. So doesn't matter. They're gonna get first round anyway.
They won't because they'll be knocking out Josh Allen in the Bill.
Or that. Or that.
They'll be knocking out Josh Allen, Joshua Patrick Allen.
Bro went and grabbed cheese.
Bro went to grab cheese. Bro.
You could have just mentioned him the second I walked away.
Okay. Well, I assumed you walked away for a good reason. I don't know. Oh, so you just did. Okay.
Just standing there.
Anyways, Tyler Shough has been going on a tear the past few weeks despite losing week 18. He has more wins than any other rookie quarterback. Offensive Rookie of the Year conversations are happening, and I don't think they're that crazy.
I'd say they're a little bit crazy just because we've seen some very promising rookie performances for some very promising people, and let's not act like Tyler Shough started out on this tear. Tyler Shough had some really bad moments, but he's just been picking it up recently. Didn't he have like 2 really bad games before his tear?
They weren't really bad.
Not really. I mean, he played the Rams in his first game.
He started off against the Rams.
Yeah, but
the Rams game. I mean, after the Rams game, they beat the Panthers. Then they lost the Falcons. That game wasn't great, but then they narrowly lost the Dolphins, and that was the tear.
I don't think he started half the season, had some questionable games, played some not the best competition. I do not think this guy should get off the review. I kind of still think it should go to Egbuka, even though he missed so many games and kind of fell off a little bit.
I think it was a little more than a little bit. He fell
More than a little bit. Like, overall, the rookies this season haven't been the most, especially on the offensive side. They haven't been the most prevalent, I mean, hey, honestly, you can make a case for Kyle Monangai. Do I think he's going to win it? Do I think he should win it? Probably not. You can make a case, though. He had almost 1,000 all-purpose yards.
I want to know why Teteroa McMillan's name has not been mentioned.
Teteroa McMillan, too. I would take that. Honestly, Teteroa McMillan's probably the best option, actually. Forget Egbuka. Yeah.
Because he was a 1,000-yard receiver. He's been really, really good for the Panthers. I don't know why no one's really even talking about him for Offensive Rookie of the Year. Between him and Egbuka, I would take McMillan. He's just been more consistent.
Yeah.
You mean in general, or in general as a receiver, or as offensive rookie?
As offensive rookie.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with that. Because Egbuka really, all of his came in the first half, and then he got injured, and then he just really hasn't done much since coming back. McMillan's been doing it all season. Yeah, I would take McMillan for sure. McMillan will probably win Offensive Rookie of the Year.
I think he deserves it. Tyler Shough, I wouldn't be upset with Tyler Shough.
Panthers.
I think if Tyler Shough played the full season, he would be a much stronger candidate. But it is the fact that his tear didn't start until December.
Yeah.
But he's played pretty well. He has more wins than all the other rookie quarterbacks. I mean, 10 touchdowns, 6 picks isn't great, but who's bro throwing to? Like, it's, I don't know. He's been playing. True. Okay. Wasn't he hurt though for at least a couple?
And again, it just comes down to a competition for me. Since the bye week, Atlanta, Miami, Tampa, that was a good win. I'll give them that. Carolina, New York, Tennessee, Atlanta again. Just competition wise, it hasn't been the most, promising. See, it's gonna be hard to say. We're just gonna have to see more.
Yeah. Hey, stay tuned for the Footballers Anonymous Awards when you can decide who the offensive rookie. Stay tuned. The Cowboys waived Trayvon Diggs.
Could have done it sooner.
Yeah.
Big man is washed, but he did get picked up by the Packers. So there is a chance that this week in the first round of the playoffs, he gets 3 interceptions against the Bears and I crying. Won't happen. Trayvon Diggs is not that guy. But
Possibility though.
some Indianapolis drama. We all know the Phillip Rivers story. We all loved the Phillip Rivers story. And then it got ended sooner than we thought. The Colts gave the reins to Riley Leonard in week 18.
Well, I mean, Phillip Rivers got hurt previous week.
Still doesn't mean it still ended sooner than we thought it would.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. The reins were given to Riley. And yeah, I mean, yeah. Well. Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway. And that was, I mean, all things considered, Riley Leonard didn't play horrible.
No, he
He
didn't.
didn't play a horrible game. He threw a pick, but he also had 2 touchdowns, 270 yards, 21 for 34. So, I mean, he could be the guy next year. I mean, depends on what they do with Daniel Jones. Depends on how he recovers. We all know Phillip Rivers is retiring again. Anthony Richardson, who knows what's going on with him. If I'm the Colts, I'm waiving him or putting him on the practice squad. But it could be Jones. I think it's going to be Jones Leonard next year. And who knows, if Daniel Jones reverts, it could be Leonard. Also, Sauce Gardner, we all know he went from the Jets to the Colts. His record this year was 2-15. Oh my gosh, he was on the Jets and they were losing a bunch, and they went to the Colts and he started the Colts downfall.
Yeah, pretty much. Colts downfall started with that trade.
Yeah,
They
wow.
were 1-7 after that trade.
Wow, man. Shout out Sauce Gardner, you're just a loser, dude.
Speaking of losers, you know who's a loser? The Jets, where he came from. And they are such losers. We'll talk about them in a minute because they're baddies. But we've had 2, obviously, nothing can compare to the GOAT, Mitchell David Trubisky's legendary performance against the Jets. But behind him, Drake Maye against the Jets put up the highest QBR of all time, ever, in a game. That game was over at halftime. 4 touchdowns to 4 different receivers, game over. Peak. Drake May. Drake May. Drake May.
Drake May.
I'm tired.
No, you're Alex.
Oh, you're right.
Speaking of Alex, on our last episode, Alex walked us through a crazy scenario in the NFC South, and it happened.
I knew it. I had it chalked up. The scriptwriters came to me, asked, how can we get the craziest playoff scenario? And I told them, look at the NFC South. Let the Panthers end with a losing record. Lo and behold, that's what happened. Word for word, bar for bar. Quinn Ewers making it happen. Atlanta making it happen. Tampa and Carolina making it happen. That's all I gotta say.
That's all he's got to say, folks.
Just gotta say.
It happened. It happened. For those who don't know, when Atlanta and Carolina finished, when Tampa and Atlanta finished Tampa and Carolina finished with the same record at 8-9. It went to the tiebreaker and they split. And then so from there it was just strength of opponent, right? And yeah, if Atlanta won out,
Not strength of opponent, it was division. It was a 3-way division tiebreaker, which was just head to head.
right? Okay, that's right. I mean, Tampa and Atlanta split, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
And then Carolina swept Atlanta, so it just came down to that. And
Basically, Tampa missed the playoffs because they choked that Thursday night football game versus Atlanta.
Mm-hmm. Kind of crazy.
But Todd Bowles kept his job.
Somehow. I was really expecting that. I don't know. In the NFC Souths, Cam Newton used to play there, and he's been making a lot of people really angry with his stupid game changer, game manager thing. Where he basically said that there are only 3 game changers in the NFL, and everyone else sucks.
Did he say who the game changers were?
He did. I don't remember. I know Josh Allen was one. I know it started because it started with his whole Drake May being a game manager thing. Or he said Drake May isn't a game changer
He only
because
said there was 2.
he said he got his coach fired his first year, which is dumb. I know Josh Allen was one.
The only quarterbacks that were labeled a game changer were Josh Allen and Matthew Stafford.
I
They
think
were only the
that's-
playoff quarterbacks, though.
Yeah,
Yeah, 2 of the
he
4.
was going through. I don't know. I hate that. The whole system quarterback thing, game manager, game changer sounds even dumber. But the whole narrative, like, respectfully, if you're a game changer, you know how to manage a game. Like, what are we talking about? If you're good at what you do, you can manage your offense, you can manage your scheme and change it. I don't know why managing your offense is bad.
I'm reading what Newton said. And it does make a little bit of sense when you look at when you take the game changer, game manager aspect out of it, it makes a lot more sense. I think it's the fact that he's just trying to put a label to it with the whole game changer, game manager thing. Because he was sitting here saying that Drake May's, I'll just read the direct quote. Drake May is well and capable, has all the upside and skill set, but last year, under his player status, a head coach was fired. That's not to say, oh man, you can't say that. That wasn't all Drake May. He was a young quarterback. But does Gerard Mayo have a job right now? Offensive coordinator with Alex Van Pelt. Is he an offensive coordinator anywhere in this league? Now insert Mike Vrabel. Now insert a dynamic play caller and Josh McDaniels. The system is right, so I can't just sit up here and say Drake May is a game changer right now because we've only had 1 season of dynamic play.
That makes sense.
That makes a lot more sense than just flat out saying he said Drake is a game manager.
I think people think game manager in a very negative light, but also if we want to
he
get
was also
technical,
portraying
Tom
it in a very
Brady
negative
was
light,
the
though.
best game manager of all time. If you want to go there, like
Exactly.
that's not a negative thing per se. It's just that
No. Reading his quote is just fine. And like you said, Tom Brady, yeah, greatest game manager of all time. Like I said, I don't know why calling someone a game manager would be bad. But when you have Cam Newton sitting up here playing a game where they list a name and he goes, game manager, game changer, game changer, game manager.
he's just
It's
doing
really
that for
bad.
the click.
I know.
He's doing that for the click.
That is clickbaiting, and that's I mean that's
It totally is. Like,
People think game manager means that you are only good because of your system, but that's not necessarily what's. That's not necessarily the case.
here's what Robert Griffin III said in response to this. He wrote, Drake May is a game-changing franchise quarterback who's top 2 in the MVP race and took the Patriots from 4-13 to 14-3. And then he put in all caps, there isn't anything negative to say about him. And then and so that's first of all right there, calling him a game manager is negative. It's not.
right.
I wouldn't say it's negative. I wouldn't say it's positive, but it's not negative, And then he continues to say, and I think this is where a lot of people are, and a lot of where it gets lost. He said Cam Newton finding ways to devalue him is unnecessary and sad for Drake May since Cam was one of his heroes growing up. Sitting here saying Cam Newton is devaluing him and that's negative, that's where you get lost. Like it's not negative.
I mean,
it's not.
He is devaluing him, not in a negative way, but he kind of places the firing of his head coach on Drake May and saying he's not enough of a game changer.
It's not even that he's devaluing him. He's just saying that he's not gonna immediately praise him for one good season in a great system. Because in the first season, we can agree that Drake May wasn't in a great system. We can agree that Caleb Williams wasn't in a great system. And now you can't really say the same for Bo Nix or Jaden Daniels. But now compared to this season, I just brought in Caleb Williams just because that's the same situation. They were both in bad situations last year, and now they're both in great situations this year, great systems, and they're both playing great football. And in Drake May's case, he's playing a really good football. But just from last year to this year, it is a complete turnaround, complete difference, and it can't 100% be attributed to Drake May just himself.
I think
coaches and the
more
offensive
people
change all of that. So I guess it is devaluing to a degree, but it's not like hateful devaluing. He's just saying that he's not going to jump on the Drake May train immediately just because of one good season. In that perspective, from that POV, I completely see that again. People are just blowing it out of proportion, really.
I agree.
Well, because people are blowing it out of proportion because Drake May is on this weird echelon of like you can't you can't say anything negative about him or it's like blatant disrespect even though he's been good for one season. Like I actually agree with that. He hasn't been in I'll even throw it in this kind of way. He hasn't been in a situation like Patrick Mahomes this year, for example. He hasn't been in a situation where like okay, his weapons aren't Matt Stafford level of weapons, but his weapons are still very solid, and and the system around him is very good. And Matt Collins is a solid wide receiver 2 or 3, three, not 2. Matt Collins is a solid wide receiver 3, but I mean, more importantly, he has Diggs and Booty, which are both very, very, very good. That's a very solid, very good receiving core. Not the best in the league, but you could argue it's top 10 to top 15 for sure. Um,
Top 15, sure. Not top 10.
I think we have to actually like list them out before you. It's hard to say without actually like having them all like laid out. But like
I wouldn't do top
it's a
10.
good receiving core. It's most certainly better than what Josh Allen has. Most certainly better than what Patrick Mahomes has. Most certainly better than I would argue it's better than the Zay Flowers and Bateman combo that Lamar has.
Hey, oh my gosh. Zay Flowers had a career game this week.
He did.
He had a career game.
I brought it up.
Zay Flowers had a career game. Look, I'm not with the whole Cam Newton thing. If we were moving on, I don't agree with how he's obviously he says a lot of the stuff he does for clickbait. We've known this. He's done it for years. That in and of itself really pisses me off. We here at Footballers Anonymous do not post clickbait. We would never. We have never. Everything you see is pure and genuine. He's wrong in that regard. But his reasoning is valid. But the stir he's making is ridiculous. And people are taking it out of proportion, obviously. Because it's clickbait. That's what people do with clickbait. I think it's stupid, though. I also just hate Cam Newton, though. So, I'm totally biased. Anyways, moving on.
I don't think he's wrong. I think he's doing it the wrong way, but I don't think he's wrong.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. He's wrong for doing it the way he's doing. He's not wrong in his real reasoning. Not at all.
Yeah. First round exit.
All right, when did Josh Allen come up?
Panthers?
No, I'm talking about the Patriots.
That's crazy considering the situation the Bills are in. You should not be saying anything about first round exits when y'all are playing the Jags. You might want to be careful, bro.
Listen, if we lose to the Jaguars, I'm not going to be super duper upset. I'll be upset, but I'm not going to be like insanely upset because the Jaguars are probably the best team in the AFC. That's just a terrible draw.
Could have been a better draw if you played
Could have been.
better.
We would have beat the Patriots.
I don't think so.
Patriots would be a free win. Steelers would be a free win.
Moving on from this stinky conversation. History was rewritten in week 18 when Myles Garrett broke the sack record. 23 sacks in a season. Shout out Myles Garrett. He's a dog. He really is. A lot of people are kind of like trashing on him a little bit, just kind of talking about like, oh, the extra game. Oh, TJ Watt was robbed of 23 in his season. All of that stuff. Respect the player for what he did. Myles Garrett is a very good player, and he battled through a lot of double teaming this season, some triple teaming, and he broke the sack record. So
the Steelers were more focused on keeping him from the sack record than they were from winning their game, and it showed in Week 17.
That's ridiculous.
Like, put some respect on this man, okay?
Well, I mean, okay, in the Steelers' defense, it's a division rival. Their player owns the record. If you're really going to sit there and like try to prevent him, I think of all teams, the Steelers would be like the one where it's like kind of acceptable because it's division rivalry.
But you can't lose that game.
It's the AFC North. It's the AFC North. Come on. AFC North is like the most petty hood division in football.
I'm not disagreeing with you, but like when you do that and then you lose the game, like it's not good, bro. If you gotta at least win the game, especially when you're you end up being a missed field goal away from missing the playoffs in the division. You can't be doing that. If they win that game, Week 18 doesn't matter. So pretty petty. But I mean, respect to Myles Garrett and respectfully to everyone criticizing them for celebrating when he broke the record. Stop.
There's no point in complaining.
Stop, bro.
We were playing for something. Playing for what?
You were eliminated from the playoffs, Bengals. You had nothing. The refs stopped the game because someone just made history. Like, calm down.
I thought it was funny when Jamar was like, it's like if they stopped the game for me catching my 10th pass. Like, no, it's definitely not.
It's definitely not the same. If you caught your, I don't know, what's the record for most receptions in a game?
It's like 150 or 160 something from Michael Thomas.
50 receptions in a game.
How many?
150 receptions in a game.
Oh, in a game. Oh, no,
I think it's like 150.
No, I meant in a season.
actually.
Hey, shout out B Marsh. My goat.
There you go.
2009. Yeah. So I mean that maybe if you caught your 20-second pass, they would stop for a second. But like, calm down, bro. You're not that guy. It's stupid. Actually,
You know,
that's a
he had
lie. Jamar
200
Chase
yards.
is that guy, but you know what I mean.
He had 200 yards and 2 touchdowns in that game. And the funniest part about that whole game is that they lost. He had 200 yards, 21 catches, and 2 touchdowns, and they lost 28-16.
Tyler Loop, he missed the game-winning field goal against the Steelers the other day. Lost them the division and their playoff hopes, and Coach Harbaugh got fired as of it. It sucks.
Along with a bunch of other coaches, but yeah, we'll give Alex the reign to that in a second. But back to Tyler Loop, it's been constant hate, not only on his social media, but his fiancées as well. They've just been trashing him. Yeah, it's ridiculous, but funny, but ridiculous, but
Especially
funny.
considering the fact that he has not even been bad for them this year. He's been one of the better kickers in the league this year. And, I mean, yeah, that sucks. And shout out to Coach Harbaugh for helping him the way he did at the end of the game, walking him back and whatnot. That's brutal. Not a great look for Baltimore.
Speaking of coaches fired, besides John Harbaugh, I know. Speaking of coaches fired, besides John Harbaugh, we also had Mike McDaniel getting fired from the Dolphins, Jonathan Gannon and his fiery gut getting fired from the Cardinals that we mentioned earlier, Pete Carroll being a one and done in Vegas, Kevin Stefanski getting fired from the Browns, and Raheem Morris getting fired from the Falcons as well as the Falcons GM.
But you know who still has their job? Zach Taylor.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. He should have been fired like 2 years ago. Bengals ownership is cheap though.
It's true.
And speaking of cheap, except he wasn't cheap because he held out on trying to have an extension because we didn't want to pay him a bunch of money. We did give him his extension though, and it paid off because James Cook just claimed the rushing title for the Buffalo Bills. Derrick Henry was his closest competitor, but he got absolutely shut out. He got absolutely shut down in the second half of the Steelers game, so James Cook claimed it.
Didn't even get shut down. They just couldn't run the ball because they were they had time crunch and whatnot. Shut down is not the right word, but he didn't get the opportunities he needed, and James Cook took it.
You know what? Derrick Henry's a game manager because he can't score points if he doesn't get put in the game. He's not managing it properly.
You're so right. You are so right. And a couple weeks ago, Bryce Young became the youngest player in NFL history with 12 game-winning drives. I felt like I should say that because I feel like that topic of conversation has come up a lot, especially when we talk about Bryce Young. So I thought I would point it out.
You love Bryce Young.
I do love Bryce Young. The only time I hate the Panthers are one, when Cam Newton is involved, and two, when they're playing us. As long as they're not playing us, I could care less what they do. I love the Panthers. I think they're a great story. And they're kind of local, so I kind of like them. They're probably my favorite NFC team in the playoffs right now, them and the Bears. I'd really love one of them to win it.
Bears-Panthers NFC Championship would go crazy.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's going to be Bears-Seahawks. Sorry, guys.
No, it's gonna be like Rams-Seahawks, but
if I can see no NFC West teams in the NFC Championship, I will be so happy.
I think the probability of that is basically zero, Carson, but
zero.
All three of them are advancing in the first round.
I know. I'm gonna cry. It's okay. Because
listen,
I'm
it
guaranteed
happened in the NFC North last year.
Listen, I am guaranteed at least 2 of 3 successful hate watches. So I can't complain that much. I can, but anyways, kind of want to talk about some baddies.
First up, we got Ian's girlfriend. What?
For the first time in his life.
Ian, if you're listening, you can get a girlfriend.
Ian, take it from another Ian. It's possible.
Lock in, Ian.
Lock in, Ian.
Anything.
Lock in, Ian. If you're listening, lock in.
As a fellow Ian.
Wide receiver
Ian's out here like
Ian,
Jason.
the fictional character.
Ian's out here like Jason Tatum.
Exactly.
We did it. We did it.
I knew you caught it earlier when I said that, and you just laughed at me. Then I had to do the original.
Anything's possible.
Post up in the corner.
Jason Tatum is the most corny guy in basketball. I swear to God.
Yes.
And that is how we're going to segue toward the announcement of our new podcast, Basketballers Anonymous.
No.
Anyway, guys.
Although, shout out the Suns. You low-key are doing pretty well right now. Shout out the Sun.
If y'all want us to do a 5 minute, like a 3 to 5, less than 5 minutes, like a 3 minute basketball segment,
We've done it before.
Shout out
let
to
us know.
for being butt.
Although I don't really want to do that because the Pelicans are not a good team. But if you want us to do that,
I'm slowly accepting Dylan Brooks.
That just don't even. Yeah, no, we're not talking about basketball anymore. We're moving on to the baddies.
He's really
First
good.
team up, Carson.
So for those of you who don't know, every week we take all 32 teams in the NFL. We rank them from worst at 32 to best at number 1. And then we use this thing called math to combine those lists and make a collective power rankings list. Now, because of the way we do math, occasionally some number values end up being the same and we have a tie, in which case we vote on them, either on the podcast if they're top 5 or bottom 3, or off the podcast. This week we had a couple, but none super significant. And this week we are also changing things up. We are not going to be talking about our top 5 because we'll be saving that for our postseason discussions later. Nothing we need to worry about today. So, we're going to talk about our baddies. And starting off at number 30, our first baddie. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been putting this team here for weeks, but finally, they have arrived. Our first baddie to end the regular season is the Arizona Cardinals. Yay!
Well, for the record, at Forever No Home, the Cardinals may be 30, but the Arizona Cardinal is not 30.
The Arizona
yes,
Cardinal is
They're
number 1.
separate. They are separate. Just for everyone at home.
It is true. The Arizona Cardinal, Trey McBride, is now the first ever tight end in NFL history with back-to-back 100-plus reception seasons. He also broke the single-season tight end reception record that was previously 116, that was held by Zach Ertz. But he ended the season with 126 receptions, so he beat the record by 10.
Wow.
126 receptions. Second in the NFL in receptions, by the way. Not just among tight ends. Period. Only behind Puka Nacua. He had 1,239 receiving yards and 11 touchdowns.
JSN?
No, he's not behind JSN. For
What?
receptions.
JSN wasn't leading in a stat?
No, Jason kind of fell off towards the end.
Maybe JSN isn't offensive player of the year.
No, he didn't fall off. He just had like 2-3 like badish weeks. He still finished with 17,000 yards.
I will say, it's actually so sad that Trey McBride will not be considered for Offensive Player of the Year because he's on the Cardinals. Because he low-key should be with this stat line.
Oh, you really should. I kind of agree, actually.
He could be considered. I mean, Miles Garrett will
How
probably
many yards did he have?
he broke a record.
1,239.
Oh,
so
I mean...
a real, like a historic season. Like, genuinely crazy.
He will for sure be considered, I'll say. I'm pretty sure he will at the very least, be considered and talked about.
He's got to be in the Final Four. I mean, I would say the Final Four has got to be Puka, JSN, McBride.
He surely has to be.
Cook, I guess.
Who was the last one?
Cook.
Did Brush try to sneak in James Cook?
He had the rushing title, I mean.
He also, by the way, with his 1,239 yards, he has the record for most receptions, or most receiving yards by an Arizona Cardinal in a season. Yeah. Beating Larry Fitzgerald.
Larry Fitz.
He beat Larry Fitz.
That's insane.
Like, wow. I mean, genuinely historic season. He is my Offensive Player of the Year. No questions asked. I love you, Trey McBride. You are the Arizona Cardinal. He is effing him, as they say, or as he says. And the only other thing about the Arizona Cardinals, Michael Wilson became our first 1,000-yard wide receiver since DeAndre Hopkins in 2020. Shout out Michael Wilson, one of my favorite players ever. And it's really, really cool to actually see you start to blossom. I think there are some questions about Marvin Harris. But anyways, we're the bad. Just a few. Coming in, though, at 31, it is not an ultra baddie, the Las Vegas Raiders.
For once. They actually didn't finish the season as the ultra baddie, which is kind of crazy to think about.
They're lucky, and we'll explain why when we talk about the next team. It's just the Raiders they're still horrendous. Like, these two teams are genuinely horrendous. It's just the next one is a little bit worse just because of some other statistical factors. There's really nothing good to say about the Raiders other than they need to fix their offensive line for next year if they want.
You know what, though? They beat the Chiefs.
It's true. Can you imagine ending your season like losing to the Titans and Raiders Oh my gosh.
That's
Well, we all
right.
knew they were going to lose to the Titans.
What?
We all knew they were going to lose to the Titans. At least I did. I praised that. It was going to happen no
I
matter
did
what.
too. I picked them.
Oh no, I'm not saying that, but just can you imagine like how awful
That's
that
fair.
must be? That's what I'm saying. Can you imagine how like,
Imagine
horrible
Kelsey
that is?
retires and 2 of his last 3 games are losing to the Titans and Raiders in 2025. Or
Horrible.
Reed, for that matter. Because they both have been on the retire possibility list.
Absolutely awful. But there's one team that is even worse. A team, by the way, that has fewer interceptions than the United States of America this NFL season.
To anyone who is watching this or listening, you have the same amount, if not more, interceptions than the entire New York Jets defense.
It's the New York Jets.
It's the New York Jets. And it's not Justin Fields' fault because he hasn't been playing. So, but I saw something where it's like statistically they're the worst 3-win team in NFL history. Even like there's just nothing good coming. The only thing good about the Jets right now is Justin Fields, and he's probably getting booted from the team, to be honest with you. But that's besides the point. He hasn't been playing. Yeah, the defense is really why they are here. Their defense has not generated any takeaways. I think even in just general takeaways, I think they've only got like what, 2?
Yeah, something low like
Which
that.
is crazy when their coach is Aaron Glenn, a very strong or at least we thought, very strong defensive-minded head coach. I'm not gonna lie, I genuinely thought he would be on the chopping block. I know it's only year 1, but that is abhorrent.
That's horrendous.
This is horrendous.
Woody Johnson heard Aaron Glenn say, well, we can only go up from here, and said, I'll take it.
It's like how Jonathan Gannon said, stick with us, it'll get better. And then we didn't win.
No, this is like how the Browns after their 0-16 season, kept Hugh Jackson.
True.
They didn't fire him until Baker Mayfield hated him.
Yeah. It's just sad. And to be clear, I mentioned this earlier when we were making our rankings. It's
4
really hard
takeaways.
to make 4.
Yep. They had 4 total takeaways, and it was 4 fumble recoveries. In total takeaways, they were 32nd. In interceptions, they obviously had 0, so they were 32nd. And in fumble recoveries, they had the 4, and that was tied for 29th.
Yeah, they had less total takeaways than the lowest team's interception count.
Yeah.
Besides them.
The Chicago Bears are having the most interceptions. Ow. But yeah, the Jets are just historically bad. You guys were just making points. I low-key zoned out trying to figure out how many total takeaways they had.
I was just saying that it's like...
Oh, you were talking about Aaron Glenn and the defensive coordinator and all that. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, and
Yeah.
I mentioned to them earlier how absurd it is, because it's hard to make these power rankings lists this season because there's so many teams that are terrible. Like Arizona Cardinals are finding different records in choking to break every week. They are finding a different record every week to break. The Raiders, I don't even need to talk about the Raiders. And yet still, neither of those two teams finished at the bottom because the Jets are so genuine.
Not to mention the teams that didn't get on the list.
That Dante Moore is probably not going to declare for the draft because he will go to the Jets. Like that is genuinely what his agent is saying. That if they don't think he's going to go first, then he's going to stay another year because he's going to get stuck on the Jets and ruin his career. That's crazy.
I wouldn't want to go there either.
Absolutely not. Sorry, I interrupted you. I don't know if you had anything you were saying.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say that we missed the teams that, there's also teams that got snubbed from the list that are also horrendous. There's just so many bad teams. There's the Titans. There's the Browns. There's the Giants. There's the Chiefs, who have been ridiculously bad since Mahomes went down.
Saw the Saints on this list.
Commanders, Saints. Granted, some of those teams have gone up a little bit, but all these teams are just horrendous. The parity in the NFL is ridiculous this year.
You know what though? There is one team, one spot, even lower than Ultra Batty, specifically reserved for Sauce Gardner.
True.
Worst record in the NFL.
Worst record in the NFL.
That's so funny that despite the fact that there's all these horrendous teams, Sauce Gardner has a worse record than all of them.
Yeah.
The thing that if the Atlanta Falcons just beat the New York Jets, they would be in the playoffs.
Yeah, so funny. But going through our power rankings all the way through so you can at least hear them, we have at 32, Ultra Batty at the end of the regular season. The Jets, 31, the Raiders, 30, the Cardinals, 29, the Titans, 28, the Giants, 27, Chiefs, 26, Browns, 25, Commanders, 24 Saints, 23 Dolphins, 22 Bengals, 21 Colts, 20 the Bucks, 19 the Cowboys, 18 the Lions, 17 the Falcons, 16 the Vikings, 15 the Ravens.
Another stat about the New York Jets has been brought to my attention.
Oh.
Garrett Wilson was the Jets' leading receiver despite not catching a pass since October.
What?
Garrett
Yeah,
Wilson
I saw that one.
and he had 36 receptions for 395 yards, and he has not caught a pass since October, and he finished as the leading receiver. The next two on the list weren't receivers. It was Mason Taylor with 44 receptions and 369, and then Breece Hall with 36 receptions and 350.
Is Mason Taylor the tight end?
Yeah, and Breece Hall's a running back, and the only
Yeah.
other receiver to have more than 300 was Adonai Mitchell, who had 24 receptions for 301 yards.
My gosh.
He got traded there.
Yeah, he got traded. He played 8 games. So, yeah, shout out. That's another stat for you guys for why the Jets are the ultra baddie and horrid.
Oh my gosh.
Back to you, Alec, or back to you, Carson.
Right. I was going through the list. So those were all the regular. You stopped me at a good spot. Those were all our eliminated teams. Going into the playoff teams, we have at 14 the Panthers, 13 the Steelers, 12 the Packers, 11 the Chargers, 10 the Eagles, 9 the Bears, 8 the 49ers, 7 the Bills, 6 the Patriots, 5 the Texans, 4 the Rams, 3 the Broncos, 2 the Jaguars, and 1 the Seahawks. Ladies and gentlemen, friendly reminder, these are our power rankings, which automatically makes them better than Pete Prisco's. Alex, you have a conspiracy of the week?
Yeah, I gotta give the Bills some good luck. It's nothing spectacular, but we are undefeated in our last 4 games against cat teams.
I can't believe you sat there and you're saying that and you're not talking about the Steelers Monday Night Football.
That's the other one. Well, listen, I got 3 I'm supposed to give 3, so that's the first one.
Okay.
The second one is the Steelers. Their playoff game is on Monday night, and Mike Tomlin is undefeated on Monday Night Football. 23-0.
Steelers. The Steelers are undefeated on Monday Night Football since 91.
Oh, they are.
So the Steelers are undefeated on Monday Night Football since I think 1991. It was in 1990 something. I'm pretty sure it was 91.
That's ridiculous. Yeah, so Steelers are undefeated on Monday Night Football since the 90s. And let's think of a third one here.
Yeah, the Steelers have not lost a Monday Night Football game since October 14th, 1991. Shout out. That's a good day. Against the Texans.
Yeah, yep. 23 consecutive home games. Oh,
Wait, their last loss was against the Texans?
On Monday night, yes.
Wait, that doesn't make sense.
no, this says the Giants. This says
No,
the
wait.
last it's
Yeah,
it's
that
at
makes
home.
sense.
It's they haven't lost a Monday Night Football game at home since 1991.
Mm,
And the last one
important.
I don't know
the
why
last one they
said
lost
this.
to the New York Giants.
that's an important clarification. Okay. Our last conspiracy of the
Also,
week.
sorry, should be noted, this season, the Texans are 0-2 on Monday Night Football. This season.
And also
Who'd they play?
who'd they play? Carson.
Bucks.
Um,
Well, Carson's looking for that. I will say with Mike Tomlin, with him at the helm, and with him as the head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers, they are 22-3 on Monday Night Football. Those 3 losses obviously being on the road. So he still does have a really good record in terms of Monday Night Football.
wait, this
It's just the
isn't true.
undefeated at home since 91.
Wait, wasn't it their Seattle game that they lost? Wasn't it one of the doubleheaders?
That's right. Seattle was Monday night.
Oh wait, yeah, no, this is right. Yeah, so it was Seattle and Tampa. Yeah, they lost both. They lost both of their Monday Night Football games.
It looks like the Steelers are winning, actually, guys. It looks like we were wrong.
Yeah,
They might.
They don't, conspiracy-wise.
I guess this is like an old conspiracy because it already got fulfilled. So this would have been good last week, but the Bears have not won a regular season finale at home since 2007. And that continued when they lost to the Lions. They lost in 2013, 2015, 2020, 2022, and 2025.
Yep. Yeah, it's a fun one.
Still
Well,
got the 2 seed though.
it wasn't 25, it was 26.
26. That's what I meant.
But yeah, still got the 2 seed. Almost pulled off another crazy comeback, which the fact that we were even in that situation is scary for the playoffs, but we'll see. I probably have sat here and said the Bears are going to the Super Bowl a couple of times. I never meant it. I'm happy we're even in the playoffs, let alone the 2 seed. I'm happy we finished with a winning record. I'm happy with this season as a whole. I don't want to get first rounded to the Packers. That would make me upset. But if we were to get second rounded to any team, I wouldn't be upset.
Yeah, I think that's fair because the
I would,
Packers
because it
also
would probably be an NFC
I
West
think they have to
team.
win that game.
I would be very upset. Please don't get second round.
We're going to the Super Bowl.
Alex,
We're gonna.
with the end of the regular season, do you want to give our pick'ems winner?
No,
Actually,
because it's not me.
The list. They won't let me access the league anymore.
I think because it's
Give me 1 second.
over. I can access it
I can access it.
on the.
The winner of the Footballers Anonymous League was RT Remco's picks, technically. Okay, do we want to go by win percentage or do we want to go by win count total?
Do both.
The win count total was RT Remco's, who had an 169 and 102 record. But in terms of win percentage, it was Cam Bam, who went 168 and 94. 8 less losses, but 1 less win.
Gotcha.
Oh.
I think Cam Bam.
How did each Footballers Anonymous member do, Alex?
Well,
I'm not gonna lie, I
I would be
stopped
glad
picking
to-
last few weeks, so mine's.
I'll be glad to answer that. Before I answer that though, the top 3 is RT Remco's, Cam Bam, and signed FBA table, who went a respectable 168 and 97. Congrats to the 3 of them who are way ahead of the pack. The only contender that was 6 wins behind them in 4th was the Billsaholic at 162 and 109. In 5th place we had the Bearsaholic at 154 and 100.
Missed the last week.
I noticed that. In 6th, so shout out the Billsaholic for being the only member of the Pick'ems in the Footballers Anonymous to not miss a week. The Cardsaholic came in 6th place at 120 and 108.
I had those last 2 weeks with like the three win game, the 3-win week and the 4-win week, and then I kind of just stopped. Like I just forgot. It was generational collapse. It's so bad.
That was a generational collapse.
No, it was generational. Like holy crap.
Shout out Carson for being the closest to 500 in picks.
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad.
If Carson got,
I have 1 less loss than Alex, and Alex has 42 more wins. Just to show the trajectory I was going on.
If Carson got 6 more games wrong, he would have been at 500.
To be fair though, I did continue picking the Chiefs. So
okay,
you're welcome, guys.
You're
I
welcome.
caused the collapse.
Thank you. But also that's only like how many of the games?
6 or 7.
6 or 7.
I probably picked 14 of them. So
Yeah, but they didn't lose all of them.
No, they didn't. But my persistence caused the collapse. And then at that point, I didn't even have to pick anymore because I sent them on such a spiral.
Counterpoint, I had to pick this. I had the Steelers games.
Yeah, but at least the Steelers kind of won sometime.
I got every Steelers game wrong until I think I actually got week 18 correct. I did pick the Steelers against the Ravens, so I got week 18 correct. Did I get the? No, I picked the Steelers over the Browns.
You know what?
There's no way.
I can always say that I got week 2. I got week 2 Cardinals Panthers correct. Despite Alex's Footballers Anonymous guarantee, I knew. Got it.
Shout out me for having the best win percentage in week 18.
We will because ESPN has a separate thing. A separate group you can do for postseason picks. I'll set that up today, and we'll make sure to post that everywhere.
Yes, we are also going to do postseason picks. That will be in the description of our podcast.
Yes, so it'll be in the description. It'll be posted all over social media, so make sure you check that out as well. Yeah. Let's talk about some games of the week real quick. We're not going to talk about the postseason. That's something we're due later, probably later this weekend at some point. Yo, Footballer Nation, what's going on? Carson here, coming at you. This episode is just about done, coming at you at the end of the Panthers-Rams wildcard game. Sorry, the Rams just took the lead again. Peak cinema. Our predictions, we didn't end up doing a long-term form video this week, so they are actually going up on our social media. So make sure you go check those out. They're already recorded and they are going up tonight. Mine are already up there. So yeah, check those out. We're all about to be wrong. But we do have 2 college football playoff games to go real quick. First off, in beautiful Glendale, Arizona, we have the Fiesta Bowl between 6-seed Ole Miss and 10-seed Miami. This is tonight, Thursday, in like 2 hours as of recording, at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Both of these teams, I want to give props to both these teams. Miami, I counted them out immediately. They kind of slowed down at the end of the season and failed to make the championship, so I didn't think they were worthwhile. But they've been playing like they did at the beginning of the season. They're playing like the September Hurricanes. They're looking really good. And it's not December anymore, so the Miami December curse is gone as well. So that's super big. And Ole Miss, I mean, with the Lane Kiffin story and everything, and you guys still having that crazy game against Georgia and absolutely stomping Tulane, I mean, you guys are also overperforming. This is a really exciting game, and I'm really excited to watch it when it comes on. I am taking Ole Miss.
I'm so torn because obviously all season, all playoffs, it's been used up. It's been used up.
Down.
But I do really like Ole Miss, and I was so high on Ole Miss last week. I knew they were going to beat Georgia, but I think I just have to stick with it. I have a perfect bracket to uphold right now, guys. At least starting from last week. I don't remember my week 1 picks. Oh, I do actually.
Week 1. I
was not perfect. I just looked at it and we all picked Oklahoma, and Bama won that game.
We did.
So I'm not. Last week I was perfect. I want to maintain that this week, but I'm
I'm gonna say my pick. I'm just gonna do this.
Use down, bro. Use down.
Use up?
Unbelievable.
You mean like the whoa? Just kidding. We bring it right up higher, higher and higher.
All right.
Whoa.
Up next, we have the Peach Bowl in Atlanta, Georgia, between number 1 seed Indiana and number 5 seed Oregon. I don't even need to talk about this. The dominance from Fernando Mendoza, Kurt Signetti, peak duo. Give me Indiana. They're winning the Natty. I've been saying this from the beginning.
Miami might go back to back. Not back to back. I mean, like week this week next. Forget about it. Miami might take it.
No. Indiana's
We're getting
on
an
a
Indiana
completely
Miami
different level than every other team in the playoff. They are absolutely, no questions asked. Oregon also been surprising for me. I'm very, very glad to see them playing well. But Indiana is better coached. They're it's gonna be a fun one.
And if future Arizona Cardinal Fernando Mendoza.
Yes, sir. I'm not gonna lie. One of the players in this game is probably a future Arizona Cardinal, whether it's Dante Moore or Fernando Mendoza. One of them is legitimately probably an Arizona Cardinal next year. So I will be watching with great interest. It'd be really funny if this game was the Fiesta Bowl, though, because that's in Cardinal Stadium. But that would have been funny. It's okay, though.
We can just swap them. We can just swap them.
Yeah, we'll just swap them.
So the U's are playing in Arizona?
Yes. The first football game in State Farm Stadium this year is Fiesta Bowl. So,
man.
I'm looking forward to watching them lose in my stadium. With that, ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to an end of this episode of Footballers Anonymous. Thank you so much for listening. I've got another 2-hour video to edit, so that'll be fun, but it should be out to you hopefully tomorrow. We hope you enjoyed. If you did, if you're watching on YouTube, leaving a like, leaving a comment is huge, and of course subscribing. We're trying to get to 200 over the next few months. We're very excited. No, a few weeks. We're very excited about that. Make sure you're following on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, of course, where we only post Minion memes. We're available anywhere you listen to podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, you name it, we are there. So make sure you check us out there. Make sure you're following us so you can get all of the latest content as soon as it comes out. We'd like to thank you for joining us for a wonderful regular season. We look forward to seeing you later this weekend with some picks at some point and the playoffs as we finish season 2. But we're not quite there yet. So thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Look out for the postseason pick'ems. Footballer Nation. Let's ride.